In 1971, suburban Virginia schools had been segregated for years. One black and one white high school were closed, and all the students were sent to T.C. Williams High School under federal mandate to integrate. The man hired to coach the black school's football team, Coach Boone, was made head coach over the Titans instead of the highly successful white Coach Yost. Coach Boone may not have been what the town wanted, but he was a tough leader. He motivated and challenged his team. He refused to show pity or weakness. The boys drilled together and practiced every day. They were forced to integrate themselves in order to play for Boone, and as a result, they bonded. They grew closer together until they were no longer a bunch of guys playing football. They were a team. I had a coach once. Mr. Ellicott was my elementary school gym teacher, but we called him Coach. He would come in every day with a beaming smile on his face and say good morning so loudly and passionately that his voice would crack. I would often talk to him after class about how Grace was making fun of my slow mile time, about my mom and dad and how confusing it was for me that they lived in different houses. I told him that it hurt my feelings that Seth didn't like me anymore, but that weird kid Michael kept leaving notes in my desk that read, "You look nice today." I even told him how frustrating it was, as I opened my hands before me and stared at my palms, that I had never reached the top of the climbing rope in the corner of the gym. Coach would sit and listen to me talk about what I thought were the most important things in my third grade life. And then he would tell me that everything would turn out, that I was smart and driven, and that he believed in me. I barely remember him as my gym teacher. I remember him as my coach, who taught me that the most important thing in the world isn't winning kickball on the playground. The most important thing is playing with everything you've got, and I have brought that lesson with me all these years. As a leader, as a person, I realized that I must give everything I have to fight for what I believe in and to get the job done. Coach Boone never let up. He was brutally honest. He never forgot what was best for the boys, and he gave the team strength. The team became the unifying microcosm for the town, as the boys learned to depend on and trust each other despite the color of their skin. It wasn't about being the best team. It wasn't even about winning. We can't always win or make the right decision, but as leaders, we have to keep fighting for what we believe in. Atticus Finch says in To Kill a Mockingbird, "I wanted you to see what real courage is, instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand. It's when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway, and you see it through no matter what. You rarely win, but sometimes you do." That sometimes is why leaders do what they do. Leadership is about believing in something and fighting for it because it's the right thing to do. For Coach Boone, it was about pushing them. Yes, pushing them to run faster and play harder, but more importantly, to think higher. To me, this is what leadership is. It's a guy in a football jacket and a cap, standing on the edge of a high school football field washed out by the stadium lights, pushing his team against all odds to do what's right and fighting for what he believes in.